show business like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere can you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people, they smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fold and you're left standing out in the cold, still you wouldn't trade it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. The butcher, the baker, the grocer, the clerk are secretly unhappy men because they gladly give their dreary jobs a goodbye for anything theatrical. And why? There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is so thrilling. While standing in front on opening night, smiling while you watch the theater filling, and there's your billing up there in lights. There's no people like show people, and I tell you it's so. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. Tonight you open it, there you are. Next day on the dressing room they'll hang a star. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show. Woo! Look at those cute little kids. Aren't they wonderful? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sorta Mask Awards. Of course, we didn't have a season, and so of course we didn't have any actors and actresses, and so the board of directors decided to have a special awards program for people who have been involved in this theater for a heck of a long time. And so this is the awards show to award the Lifetime Achievement members. And they are Luanne May, Joe Stoffel, Jill Hanson, and of course my favorite, Reid. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and turn around so that you can see the back of my dress and go to the podium. Okay, now our first award recipient is Jill Hanson. Now, Jill wrote this in first person, so I just want you to be aware that there's a lot of quotes around these things, and I'm not going to go like this every time, okay? So just imagine that this is Jill speaking. Okay. As for the beginning of my little theater on the Bay experience, my clinic secretary asked me to go with her to Patty West's home and do a read-through for the play, The Women. I thought it was for a small theater group. Patty liked the way I read, and I got a small part as a sales lady in a dress shop. I was terrified and almost did not accept the part when I found out it was a production at Little Theater on the Bay. Such a big place. This was in 1980 because I got pregnant with Wesley during the run of the show, and he was born in 1981. Isn't it funny how we remember the shows we're in by our pregnancies? Anyway, I remember being in the balcony area one night as an audience member and watching a girl just become another person. Now that was interesting. It hit me then what acting was, creating a character. I had never even taken a speech or drama course at college or high school. I was very shy, so it was easier to become a character. As far as my Opry days, when Josie was a director, She asked me to perform as a hillbilly. And being from Missouri, that was easy to become the character Millie on stage. Millie evolved over the years, as did the props, costumes, and a larger comedy crew. Although I still fight awful stage fright, facing that emotional monster is worth the magic and joy of Opry for me. Now no more quotes right now, okay? Jill Hanson was born and raised in rural Missouri, among family and friends who believed that laughter is the best medicine. Maybe that is why Dr. Hansen is not a human physician, but a doctor of dogs and cats? Maybe. Jill was LTOB board secretary for about 10 years in the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. She was in charge of writing the monthly theater newsletter called The Spotlight during this time. This was a 2 to 6 page newsletter that was mailed to members. She loved interviewing actors and crew for the news, but it was first time consuming with just a typewriter and Scotch tape. For about a year, she also wrote a weekly theater column for the North Bend News. During this time, she and Dick Booth collaborated on publishing a joke book full of Opry jokes and pictures that is still available for purchase out there at the snack bar. Jill says that, this is quote now, "Fun people intermix at LTOB. Josie Reid, I blame her for a lot of the joy in my life. She took my life in a totally different direction that I did not have a clue was possible. Patty West, inspirational. She believed in me. Joe Stoffel, one of the kindest people I know, always gets the biggest laughs just by standing on stage dressed as a woman or a fairy. Maddening in a good way. Marty Krause, my partner in crime and hijinks. I would never have met my husband if she had not volunteered to go to a motorcycle rally with me. Nancy Nix, one of the kindest people in the world, most humble and funniest. Mel Campbell, the most insane person I have ever met, and a treasure. Dick Booth could get more laughs with his nutty props, like a Mars Road Ranger toy car, than I could from my entire skit. Teresa and Ken Erskine, such good friends and immensely talented. Joe and Letha Voss, loyal friends and so funny. Bob Jumper, who, having cancer, could not speak, could be lots of laughs with just the roll of his eyes. Robbie, Tim Novotny, Burl Justice, also fun to work with. Bobby and Sally, who love over-the-top costumes and are fearless. All are great sports. I love them all." End quote. Jill was the Opry director and shared that position with Joe Stoffel for almost 40 years. Her dedication even extended to purchasing a 1931 pickup. It looked like the sister of the Beverly Hillbillies truck, in order to have more fun in parades. For years, she cleaned the men's bathroom before shows on the cleanup night because, well, given her profession, few things bother her. Although early in her theater career, she worked as an assistant director for the play The Boyfriend and was in a few other productions. You can't separate Jill from her favorite show, Little Ol' Opry, of course. She found her niche and stayed there. As she says, "I love the energy of the performers. I am often laughing until I cry or wet my pants." The joy of music is awesome. I cannot sing well, can clog a little, and I do not play a musical instrument. So to be part of such a successful and uplifting musical show has been one of the major gifts that have enhanced my life.
Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. You're quite the amazing, talented, and creative individual, and you've brought so much laughter and joy to people's lives. I've got so many great memories of my time at the Little Theater on the Bay, whether it's Saturday rehearsals, after-show pizza parties, and writing our names on the backstage wall. You've left an indelible mark on the LTOB and one that needs to be celebrated, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Jill, on the Lifetime Achievement Award. We can't think of a more deserving person than you.
Congratulations, Jill. Everybody knows her as Millie in the comedy team, but she is much more than that to us. She's a family member. Congratulations, Jill. Thank you.
We love you.
Love you too.
Congratulations, Mom, on your 100 years in the Opry.
No! Congratulations, Grandma, on your Lifetime Achievement in the Opry.
Oh, Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations. We love you.
We love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Hey Jill, it's Nancy Nix. Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. Nobody deserves it more than you do, Jill. I love you to death. You are a naturally funny lady. You're just a great talent, but more than that, you're a great person. You're loving, you're giving, and I am so glad to have you in my life. I'm so proud to call you my friend. I know I'm laying it on thick, but hey, it's your Lifetime Achievement Award, so enough of this nonsense. On with the show.
And now we move on to a very special song from Little Old Opry. And this one is sung by Becky Armistead, singing Harper Valley PTA.
Well, if I have a minute, I'll just let you know, Jill, what an honor it is for me to be selected to be here for you today. You have been a bright spot for me in the Opry world, so this one's for you. I want to tell you all a story about a Harper Valley widowed wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Well, her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. And she said, Mama, got a note here from the Harper Valley PTA. Well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dress is way too high. And it's reported you've been drinking and are running around with men and going wild. don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way. And it was signed by the secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it happened that the PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. And they were sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore that mini skirt into the room. And as she walked up to the blackboard, I can still recall the words she had to say. She said, "I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA." Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. And Mrs. Taylor sure seems to use a lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave this town? And shouldn't Widow Jones be told to keep her window shades all pulled completely down? Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here 'cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar again. And if you smell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you have the nerve to tell me you think that as a mother I'm not fit. Well, this is just a little Peyton Place and you're all Harper Valley hypocrites. No, I wouldn't put you on because it really did. It happened just this way. The day my mama sucked it to the Harper Valley PTA. The day my mama sucked it to the Harper Valley PTA. Thank you. Love you, Jill.
Thank you, Becky. Just really takes me back to the old Opry, I'll tell you. Man. Okay, now if we could have Jill come up on stage to accept her award, that would be great. I've got a good loud voice, so I don't have my mic with me, but I'd like to present this plaque to you. It's from the Liberty Theater, and it is a Lifetime Achievement Award for your 41 years of service in this theater.
Well, thank you so much, Josie. I so appreciate it. Actually, I have all these notes, and Josie said everything. I did want to say that a couple people I don't think got mentioned, which I want to make sure they do, is Barb and George and Carlin, Lee, Julie, and Tim. And if I'm missing someone, I'm very sorry. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this honor. Honestly, I feel so grateful to have been part of this. Again, not being able to sing, dance, or do anything remotely musical, it was such a blessing in my life, total unexpected blessing to be able to do the show. And I thank Josie for that because she picked me out of the blue and coupled me with Marty Krause, and on it went. I do want to say that I want to acknowledge Luanne. She's beautiful, she's talented, she sings like an angel. I remember in A Wizard of Oz that the newspaper said how lucky Little Theater on the Bay was to have such a gorgeous Glinda the Good Witch and such a beautiful voice. I also want to thank Gordon and acknowledge Gordon. God knows he deserves everything, being the handyman behind the creative dynamic force that is Josie Reid. God bless him for that, and he deserves him a beer after this. And then my buddy Joe, oh my God. that guy. We've had so much fun together. I can remember one time that we had a joke. I'm just a couple little things here, not make it long. But we had a joke, and he's supposed to be St. Peter, and a man died. We said, so-and-so kicked the bucket. Well, we kicked a bucket across the stage, and there's no Joe. There's no St. Peter. And it turned out he was smoking up in the fire escape. Joe's been a dear friend to me. I live in Roseburg. He has a guest house. He lets me stay there. His wife, Lindy, is an angel. I go there. They won't take any money from me. I go in. The refrigerator's full of coffee and cheese and fruit, and there's a bouquet of flowers on the table. You cannot find friends like the relationships we've made when you're backstage nervous about everything and wanting to do a good job. So again, I've spoken enough. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Joe Stoffel will be our next awardee. Joe came to LTOB in 1975 to try out for a part in Fiddler on the Roof, directed by Ed Chilla. He was a young, new teacher at North Bend Middle School and was advised by some of his teacher colleagues to be careful of those wild people over there at LTOB. Imagine his surprise when he fit right in. The following year, he moved to the high school to run the drama department and spent the next 13 years teaching his students how to perform on stage instead of having that fun himself. Finally, in 1992, he decided to audition again and was cast as a townsperson in The Music Man. He enjoyed it so much, he was cast as Radar in the LTOB production of MASH in 1995. At this point, he says he has acted in more shows than he can remember. As he reminisces, he says, "In every show I've worked on, I did more than act. I'd help with set construction or props or consultations for acting or lighting. I often helped with lighting design and acting. I assistant directed a few shows, ran sound effects, made a few TV ads, helped with makeup, and directed a couple of children's plays." Joe served for many years on the LTOB Board of Directors as the board liaison to the various show directors. In that capacity, he was able to put finishing touches or improve basic acting or help solve whatever theatrical problem arose. Many times, he became a kind of second assistant director. When asked about fellow LTOB castmates, he said, "I really liked working with Ed Chilla. He had a way of educating people along with directing. His actors became better actors. I liked that. I had a ball with Bob Jumper. When I was Wild Bill Hickok in Deadwood Dick, I got to be a 6-foot-tall guy. We had pretty much free rein to do whatever or invent whatever to make it more fun. What a hoot. The Odd Couple was a blast. Brian Bond and I worked well together, and his Felix Unger was a great contrast to my Oscar Madison. I served as mentor to a few actors in that show, helping them learn to hold for laughs and maintain composure and character when one would rather burst out laughing. Diane Wahlberg was so in control when she directed, and Bob Wahlberg was always fun and joking backstage, but came right to task when we walked on stage. I got to meet Ken Kesey when he came to our production of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I'll never forget working on the radio shows. One of my first loves was Reader's Theater, and to be doing it with at least one old student was an honor. Bobby and Steve Wilson have always been a joy to work with. While Joe says he enjoyed almost every director and fellow cast and crew member he's worked with, there's really only one simple answer to the one that holds his heart: Jill Hanson and the Opry comedy team. He says, "Jill and I have become co-leaders, costumers, writers, Opry regulars, and fast friends. She is at the top of my LTOB list, followed very closely by the whole Opry comedy team. We always have a ball. I take great pride in having old students, Joe and Bobby, as regulars. Yeah, old, yeah. Which makes it even more special. I've truly enjoyed playing Joe Bob for all these years.
Hey Joe, congratulations on that award. It's well deserved. I can't think of a better person who deserves the award. I think that you fit the cake on that one. I've known you for a long time. I want to thank you for introducing me to theater way back in high school, way back there. Congratulations again. Hope to see you again in theater again.
Hey Joe, it's Nancy Nix. Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award and congratulations that you're here to receive it. Love you, Joe. You are a delight and a joy, both on stage and off, and I love you forever. I'm so proud to be your friend. Congratulations, my friend. Bye.
Yeah, I feel this is a well-deserved tribute to Joe. As I worked with Joe in the 80s in the North Bend Middle School, and Joe always had a positive attitude and worked hard at his trade, which was to make people feel happy and relaxed. After he retired, he carried that attitude and hard work into the Little Theater on the Bay, and well, the whole town enjoys it now. And he's a man of many values and views and can adapt to any situation. And as a result, he's a real asset to the Little Theater. For many years, he and his co-workers and comedians have entertained the community, and we're looking forward to many more years. So, Joe, congratulations. You deserve this honor. And well done. Keep up the good work. Take care. Have a good day. Stay safe. Bye.
Joe? Comedy team was fun with you too, but when we did story theater, that's when I met Joe, the drama teacher, and you taught me so much, and I know it's just a fraction of what you know, but I loved it. It was wonderful.
Joe, if I'm not loud or clear enough, you just gesture at me and I'll adjust, I promise.
You know, it has occurred to me that I did not introduce my sweet little dancers. So if they would please come out, I would just love to introduce them. Because, you know, these cute little kids right here is why we're doing all this stuff. It's why we've built this theater the way it is. We're focusing on the future. I mean, we're old, you know? We're pretty much done. And so it's gotta be for the future. So I want to introduce you to these sweet little dancers, and they are going to tell you a little bit about themselves and about their theatrical careers.
Hi, I'm Chloe Moore. I'm a 15-year-old freshman at North Bend High School. I first performed at this theater when I was 8 years old as Fern in Charlotte's Web, and I just never left. I am so in love with this building and everybody that's in it, and I have built so many lifelong friendships and hope that I can continue to do theater for the rest of my life.
Hi, I'm Robin Bonner. I'm a 15-year-old freshman at Marshfield High School. I'm also a part of the Marshfield Upbeats dance team. The first show that I saw here was Annie, and I fell in love with it. So I went and auditioned for Shrek the Musical, and now I'm a theater kid. So I love being a part of the theater because it creates a family and a home.
Hi, my name is Carrie Goodson. I'm 15 years old and a freshman at Marshfield High School. I'm also a member of the Marshfield Upbeats dance team. The first time I auditioned for a show was back in 2010 when I was 4 years old. And I sat down in very different chairs than are now and looked up on the stage and decided that is what I want to do with my life. So I got up during intermission and asked the director if I could audition for anything, and if so, how soon. Little did I know that I'd be auditioning like 5 minutes after that, but that's showbiz. So little did I know that in the next 10 years, I would grow to love this place and the people here so much, and that theater would become my life. And that little 4-year-old inside of me did not know that that was the best decision I've ever made. Thank you.
Aren't they wonderful? I mean, look at that promise. This is so exciting. Are we ready back there? Okay. All right. Thanks, girls. Okay, and now I would like to bring Joe out here so he can receive the award that one of the little dancers is going to bring out to me. Congratulations on your 46 years. Woo. 46!
Well, well, shoot, that's just slicker than snot on a handshake and moonshine in the morning. At least I think that's what Joe Bob would say. And but this is more about a whole lot more than just what Joe Bob has done, although that's a lot of this. I am humbled and honored, and this kind of recognition is for me to be included in the cadre of excellence that it goes with this plaque is incredibly uplifting to me. I'd kick my heels if I could, but I'm missing half of that now, and that'll be taken care of in about 6. But they tell me it takes about 6 months to get a decent prosthetic. But Joe, there will be the peg leg pirate joke in Christmas Opry. I can bet that. And I do plan to be around at least that long. So I don't know. I don't have a ream of notes like Jill had, but I know that the people that have of all the people I've worked with in this organization, Jill has to be on the top of that list of people who helped get me here, and through Opry and through our friendship and our collaborating on this stage. It's just been a hoot and holler and a ball. and I've loved every second of it, even the nights when I'm so tired and I got to get up early in the morning and all that. It's every bit worth it. And when you do this for the audience, you do this to help. I do this to help take these people away from what's going on right now in their lives, take them to somewhere where they can have fun and laugh and escape, at least for an hour or so. And if I can just tell a joke, or I swear to God, it was right on that spot that I landed wrong, and I had this huge bruise the size of a football on my butt. God, and it hurt. And it stayed there for like 3 weeks. It took a long time to go. But stuff like that is worth it because you get an applause, and they wrote a whole show about that. But you get to help people get away from everything else, and you get to help people laugh and feel good. And that's, to be given the gift of helping do that is a pretty precious thing for me. And I'm honored and I'm grateful to be part of this theater and part of this membership. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Our next awardee is Luanne May. A music major in college, Luanne has a tremendous soprano voice. She also plays keyboard, piano, and the violin. After growing up in Lake Oswego, Luanne first became active in Little Theater on the Bay in 1976. Her first role was the Maid by the Fire in Jesus Christ Superstar, directed by Susie Wahlberg. Over the decades, Luanne has been involved in over 15 shows, many of these in lead roles. For example, Luanne played Lori in Oklahoma. Woo! Glinda in The Wizard of Oz. Cinderella in Into the Woods. And Adelaide in 2 different productions of Guys and Dolls. Her diverse supporting roles included a nurse in South Pacific, Baroness Elsa in The Sound of Music, and a villager in Anne of Green Gables. When asked for her favorite show, Luanne replies, "Boy, that's a tough one. I did love being able to fall down on stage during Into the Woods, but Oklahoma was great, partly because of the leading role, but mostly because I loved Patty West as director, and the cast became a family. Really close and lots of fun. I met Paula Wenzel and Teresa Erskine, then Cragen, during Oklahoma, and we became fast friends. Having Teresa Erskine on stage with you is a real treat. She is such a good actress. She makes anyone on stage with her look good." 2 directors stand out in Luanne's mind as she recalls working with them. Patty West and Susie Wahlberg were the best. Susie was also the choreographer for her musicals, and she was excellent. Every moment of rehearsals for a Patty West show was fun for me. This is quotes, okay. "She made every minute count. I never wanted to be anywhere else." End quote. Although initially an actor, her love of theater developed into more responsibilities, including co-directing Grease and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and 3 LTOB Sings. The demand for her skills in the community grew too, and she was asked to be either the vocal director, piano accompanist, or violinist in many productions. She sang in all the Little Old Big Band reviews and some of Little Old Opry. 2 other local theater companies have been delighted to work with her over the years in their shows and musical reviews. Luanne served on the board of directors for approximately 17 years. She started out as a member at large and for many years board secretary. Along with her usual board duties, she helped usher at events and did not shy away from cleaning the restrooms when needed. Luanne's talents and dedication to Little Theater on the Bay are very much appreciated. To sum it up, a journalist for the World newspaper, in reviewing the Wizard of Oz show, stated that Luanne proved to be a perfect Glinda, good witch of the North. Her regal bearing, pretty face, and queenly voice blended for a performance to be proud of.
Congratulations, Luanne! We are so happy for you in that you are receiving a wonderful Life Achievement Award for your many years of LTOB achievements.
After becoming involved with Opry, our family's next theater experience was The Wizard of Oz. Luanne, you were the perfect Glinda the Good Witch. Little did we know that those months would evolve into decades of playing with you down at the theater.
And just the fun alone would have been enough, but we learned so much from your dedication and your amazing work ethic, and then adding the friendship, it just became a double blessing.
Luanne, you more than deserve this recognition for your contributions and commitment to the theater and for your service to the entire community as well. Congratulations, Luanne. We love you.
I was so pleased we got to work together in 1984 in the production of Oklahoma, where you were Lori. I got to be Aunt Eller. It was a fantastic way to start a long-term friendship, moving into musical directing, co-directing, and doing many shows together.
And I too met you in Oklahoma days. Oh, what fun we had. So many theater get-togethers, after-show fun, and during the shows, all the wonderful singing and dancing and acting over the years. It's been wonderful.
And the sneaky champagne.
My first memory of Luanne is when she played Glinda the Good Witch in Wizard of Oz, and I will never forget her perfect performance. She was a perfect Glinda.
Congratulations!
don't you ask the Munchkins what they think? Where are they? Oh, there, Raps. Come out, you Munchkins. Come out. This is not a witch. Come out.
Come out, wherever you are, and meet the young lady who fell from a star. She fell from the sky, she fell very far, and Kansas, she says, is the name of the star. Kansas, she says, is the name of the star. She brings you good news, oh, haven't you heard? When she fell out of Kansas, a miracle occurred.
It really was no miracle. What happened was just this. The wind began to switch, the house to pitch, and suddenly the hinges started to unhitch. Just then, the witch, to satisfy an itch, went flying on her broomstick, thumbing for a hitch. And oh, what happened then was rich. The house began to pitch, the kitchen took a slitch. It landed on the wicked witch in the middle of a ditch, which was not a healthy situation for a wicked witch. The house began to pitch, the kitchen took a slitch. It landed on the wicked witch in the middle of a ditch, which was not a healthy situation for a wicked witch, who began to switch and was reduced to just a stitch of what was once a wicked witch. I love you, Grandma Lou.
And now, if the grandchildren would escort their grandmother up on stage. Glinda, I'd like to present you with this Lifetime Achievement Award for your 45 years in the theater.
You expect me to follow that act with my grandchildren and my daughter-in-law? Isn't this wonderful? Yes? I really do want to thank the Board of Directors of Little Theater on the Bay, or Liberty Theater, for making this evening possible, because I think this is really special. And I know it means a lot to the 4 recipients of this award, but of all of us who have been involved in theater for so long. And as showing here tonight, part of this whole theater experience wouldn't be possible without the support of my family, which I have had from day one in this theater, which started with my first husband, Kim, who was a big supporter and has been on this stage, and my second husband, Mark, and my family, my children, my grandchildren. It's been a remarkable experience that I wouldn't trade for anything. And along with these people that I love is also the family of theater, because without the friends, and like Teresa up on stage with me, and Paula Winslow, and Teresa for directing, it's just all a big support system that makes it all possible and worthwhile. And it's been a joy, and hopefully still continues to be a joy. We're still doing it, Josie.
We'll still do it.
So we'll help each other.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much. to everybody and all the other recipients. You guys are wonderful. I love you all.
The next Lifetime Achievement Award winner is someone I hold near and dear. I sleep with him. Okay, his name is Gordon Reid, and I'm going to read his bio. Okay. A deceptively quiet person while engaged in the background running of the theater operations, Gordon has been involved in many shows, building, maintenance, and improvement since he got started with Little Theater on the Bay. As a former industrial arts teacher at Marshfield High School, he has the skills to either build equipment, sets, or other props, and then also acts as a knowledge resource for how to do it. Detail is well noted. He will take wood or metal props home to his own shop and bring them back put together, fully functional, and even painted. Every community theater relies on skilled people, and LTOB has been lucky to have Gordon involved. There is a huge need for carpentry skills, and he helped build the plywood-framed backstage wall in 1978-79. It replaced a drop, which had served as a false back wall. Do you guys remember that? Some of you do. Okay. Anyway, since that time, he has done numerous things to also help the safety of patrons inside the theater. For example, the stair railing over there to the stage from the auditorium is his design and construction. The first show Gordon participated in was The Boyfriend in 1983. He was in the crew and worked on the set and special effects. He has spent many years working on the sound system and running lights as needed. While he feels that participation in every show has been fun, it was 1985's The Wizard of Oz that stands out as one of his favorites. He says, quote, "My wife Josie was directing the show. First, I made the Tin Man's costume, which was an especially difficult costume to make as it was a galvanized steel costume. John Edmonds, who played the Tin Man, had to have full rotation of his joints. Plus, he had to be able to dance without cutting himself. The next incredible thing he did was design and build a hydraulic lift to melt the witch through a manhole in the stage. Every audience member was riveted as they held their breath to watch the witch melting before their very eyes." That was cool. Gordon is currently serving as the physical plant manager on the LTOB Board of Directors. As the go-to guy when something needs fixing, he always has a box of nails or screws around that will mend almost any situation at this nearly 100-year-old building. Basically, he knows where the bodies are buried. In regard to sump pumps and old oil furnaces and what's on the catwalk 40 feet in the air. He previously served as house manager when it was not a board position. Gordon plays a crucial role in the restoration efforts of the theater. He puts forward thoughtful, well-researched opinions about the construction and materials used in the projects. His talents do not end with a hammer and saw. But when computer technology arrived, Gordon learned it as well. He produced some CAD drawings to aid our restoration floor plan decisions, and now is preparing to understand the computer operations that will be a part of our new LED stage lighting system. Pretty cool, huh? Always thinking ahead, his sly comments during committee meetings show a delightful sense of humor. A bio of Gordon in a long-ago program says that his hobby is fishing, and he does Opry because, quote, "Josie makes me." End quote. He says now that, quote, Josie is my all-time favorite person to work with. There have been so many people over the years, I hesitate to begin naming anyone for fear of leaving someone out. We are all LTOB family.
Congratulations, Gordon, on a well-deserved award. You've put a lot of effort into the theater. I know that you've helped me out throughout the years. I can't think of a better person to deserve the award. Congratulations.
Congratulations for your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Working hard for it.
We love you so much.
Congratulations, Dad. It's pretty awesome to get a Lifetime Achievement Award. You've done a lot of work there, and I'm very happy that you're getting recognized for it. You deserve it. It's awesome.
Congrats, Grandpa. I'm so happy you're being awarded for all of your hard work at the theater.
Congratulations, Gordon, for the Lifetime Achievement Award.
This is something you can be very proud of. Congratulations, Gordon.
Here's to you.
Hi Gordon, Lee Rubenstein here. Congratulations on receiving the Lowell Theater Lifetime Achievement Award. It's really hard to overstate the contribution you've made to the theater over the years in terms of set construction, lighting, sound, but I think most importantly your originality in constructing the really difficult sets. Most notably, I remember the Wizard of Oz and the Melting Witch. That was a classic and in line with really all of the other things you've done in that regard. So again, congratulations on a well-deserved honor.
There are a few people that deserve an extra special thanks for all the time and effort that they put into this production. Gordon Reid, who helped make the witch disappear tonight. Let's have a hand for them. My tailor was Gordon Reid, and I understand he's available on an appointment-only basis.
And now is the time for Gordon's favorite song. And surprise, I'm going to sing it for him. He had a hard time deciding whether he liked Over the Rainbow better or The Impossible Dream better. So I made the decision for him. So this is The Impossible Dream. Impossible dream. the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable stars. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars. Stealing that extra bow. Okay. And now I would like to invite the love of my life up to the stage. Please, Gordon, come up and receive your award. There's that handrail. Look at that guy. Whew. Did you want the mic, or do you want to go over there?
Well, Josie stole a little bit of my thunder.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, she introduced my my occupation and everything, how I came by these skills. So I do want to reiterate that I was a shop teacher for 30 years, and it seemed like 40. Nobody got hurt. But I was told once by one of the assistant principals, "You really clean up good." And you know, I've heard that a couple times tonight. But I can't really stray too far from my script. I don't want to ad-lib this too much, because I put some thoughts on paper that I thought I wanted to read. In contrast with tonight's other recipients, my award is not based on performance or directing in shows. I am the guy that has been behind the scenes, building sets, props, running sound, making repairs, building projects, and working on restoration of this theater. I want to start out by saying that LTOB has always had a dedicated group of volunteers who did the best they could with limited resources. We still have a dedicated group of volunteers, but the difference is that now we have money. The Urban Renewal Grant from the City of North Bend gave us the leverage that we needed to get more grant funding. And you know the old saying that if given a lever big enough, you can move the world. The last 42 years of involvement with LTOB have been great fun, and I have my wife Josie to thank for getting me involved. Since 2012, I have been more active than at any other time in the past due to our restoration efforts. When I began to think about this speech, I thought about all of the people, work, plays, and events I had been a part of. I rapidly decided it would be a lot easier to list the things I've never done. I have never performed on stage. I have never worn a costume. I've never applied stage makeup, nor directed a show. And I haven't been in every seat on the board of directors. So I've pretty much done everything else. Many people in the past have been instrumental in converting the Liberty Movie Theater into a performing arts venue. There was the original remodeling to build restrooms on the mezzanine, raising the level of the stage floor height, converting the basement furnace room into a green room and dressing rooms, removing the original projector room to make a light booth and third floor room in the balcony, constructing a wood-framed false backstage wall, and building a sound booth in the rear of the auditorium. While I was remodeling the light trees recently, I found a very old boot heel in the stage right attic. That's this one up here, right up on the very top level, and it comes off of that catwalk. So this boot heel that's a very, out of the way place. It hasn't been visited very many times in the last 97 years. It was full of all kinds of things. But this boot heel obviously had been there for a very long time. It was a hard rubber boot heel that was cracked and shriveled and had nails that had pulled out of the boot. And I brought it down and I was looking at that, and I saw a few people looking at it on the counter up in the lobby. But I am guessing that boot heel belonged to a workman who was doing the finished carpentry to build the spoked semicircle architectural detail at the top of our stage opera boxes. And I don't know if you can see them in this light, but and I began to wonder who that person was and to appreciate his workmanship. As we work together and make progress on the restoration of Liberty Theater, we will have achieved our mission if in the future people admire our work and wonder who did that.
Thank you, Gordon, for all you do for this theater. Now, we've been mentioning an awful lot of names that a lot of you have no idea who these people are. And, that's what happens. It's life. You're born, you live, you do theater, and then you die. I mean, and it's a circle of life. And we have lost some very special people recently. And so we would like to just put a little slideshow of some of the people that we have lost recently who were mainstays in our theater community. Well, I would like to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy lives to come and celebrate these 4 very special people. And then I really do still hope that the bar is open, because I am ready for my glass of wine. All right. Thank you for coming, and good night.